February the 8th. It's good to be with you. Raining outside. Looks like we're going to have a weather week. A lot of things happening. So kind of keep abreast of that on the news to make sure that you're safe wherever you go. Okay. Beginning with the devotional for this week, Chris Dixon, who is pastor at Liberty Baptist Church in Dublin, Georgia, writes our devotionals for this week. Starts off with the good news. In 1 Corinthians 2, 1 through 5, it says, "And I, brethren, when I came to you, did not come with excellence of speech or of wisdom, declaring to you the testimony of God. For I determined not to know anything among you except Jesus Christ and him crucified. I was with him in weakness, in fear, and much trembling. Or I was with you in weakness and fear and much trembling. And my speech and my preaching were not with persuasive words of human wisdom, but in the demonstration of the Spirit and of power, that your faith should not be in wisdom of men, but in the power of God." Our natural instinct is to rely on our own abilities and wisdoms. That is why so many Christians continually struggle with the idea that God can use them. In our social media driven society, we see so many who seem to have all the gifts and talents needed to make a difference for Christ. If we are not careful, we can begin to believe the lie that God can never use us. Paul wanted to make sure the Corinthian Christians would not build their faith on the persuasive words of worldly wisdom. His message, seemingly unimpressive from a human perspective, was the good news of Christ, which power of God to salvation, according to Romans 1:16. The salvation of another person's soul is not dependent on you or your impressive words. God simply calls you to share the good news of Christ. You may not be a preacher or a missionary, but you can play a part in sharing the good news of Jesus Christ, and that can make a difference forever. Dear Lord, help me to be an effective minister of your plan of salvation. That's something for us to think about this week. How can we be effective ministers for Jesus Christ? Just a word of warning as the weather week kind of plays out. We may be at different locations doing our work, depending on what we run into. There's even a possibility of rain, sleet, and snow on the weekend. So we may be broadcasting from home on Sunday, depending on what the weather is. Just kind of keep a lookout, and I'll keep you abreast as we meet each morning. God bless you. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.